The king in the north! The king in the north!
Yo, as always, like, share, subscribe. Now let's just get into it. So Michigan will play Michigan State for the Paul Bunyan Trophy, you know, the in-state rivalry this Saturday at 7:30. And, you know, Michigan State, they're what, 4-3, same record as Michigan. You know, same record, but it feels like they're going in different. The programs are going in different directions right now, it feels like. You know, because you got Michigan State with Aiden Childs and Nick Marsh and those guys on the Michigan State offense, and the team, they're starting to look better. You know, they're young. But Michigan, we all know this, is not looking good, especially on offense. The offense is horrible. You know, the coaching staff looks way in over their heads, and it's a problem. Now, you know, on defense, Wink, you know, Aiden Childs, he's a young player. He's kind of young, but he's a good player. He's making mistakes, but he's getting better. I'll say he's getting better, you know, so that's the thing about him. And he's also a mobile quarterback. So saying that, Wink might be trying to blitz off the bus. Now, that could be good or that could be bad, depending on what the secondary is doing behind it. You know, Wink blitzing isn't a surprise to anybody. So, you know, to me, you have to be careful when you're known for being a blitzer, because they're going to prepare for you blitzing. That's your MO. You know what I mean? So that's the thing. But you also want to, regardless, you want to contain this dude. If you don't blitz him, you want to keep contained. Don't let him get out of the pocket, scramble with his legs, and then scramble to create big plays downfield. You know, that's the big thing. Michigan State played Iowa last week, and they beat Iowa 32-20, you know, and they ran for what? I think they ran for 200 yards on Iowa, that's impressive. Yep, they did. They ran for 200 yards on Iowa. That's impressive. You know, it ain't easy to run on Iowa. And they ran in for 200 and threw for like 250. They had almost 500 yards against Iowa. That's impressive. You know what I mean? You know, so that offense is seems like it's starting to find its way, you know. So Wink is going to have a job on his hands. And the problem with that is, even if Wink does slow them down, here we go. What is Michigan going to do on offense? You know, it's a big question mark. We don't even know who the starter is going to be. We're gonna open back up the quarterback competition. You're gonna open back up the quarterback competition in week 8 or week 7 or whatever week it is. Week 8, yeah, week 8. You're gonna open back up the quarterback competition. That has to be that sounds like the dumbest thing we've ever heard. You're gonna open up the competition to 3 quarterbacks. 3. It's not out the picture that maybe Jaden Davis. So 4. You ain't even got enough practice time to be doing that. So we don't know who the quarterback is going to be. So it ain't really much you can. I mean, they ain't none of them good. So does it really matter that much? You know, ain't none of them really good. You know, it's just who turns it over. So for Michigan to have a chance, and that's for the rest of the season. That ain't just this game. This is the rest of the season. For Michigan to have a chance, they can't turn the ball over. We turn the ball over, we're going to lose games. We're going to lose every game. You're turning it over, we can't afford turnovers. So whoever's the starter, we can't turn it over. If you turn it over, you pretty much almost guaranteeing us to lose. That's just a fact, you know. So hopefully Sharon Moore says, "Oh, that's protecting the ball is the most important thing." But the guy that protected the ball the best is on the bench. You know? And y'all don't want him to play, but y'all want to put in the turnover machines. That's good. Like, me just being real, like I'm almost about to glitch like I'm a robot thinking about these boneheads. Me being real, if you're gonna play Warren, or Tuttle should be done. Like, the fact that he even said that he was still in the competition, you making yourself look bad, bro. Like, this is getting out of hand. He shouldn't even been. The smart thing would have been we're going to look at between Davis and Orgy or whatever and see who practices better. But Tuttle should be done. He should be done. We shouldn't see him again ever. Ever. You know, but to me, you got to try to grind this one out. You got to grind it out. That's what you have to do the rest of the year. You don't have a quarterback that's trustworthy to call pass plays consistently or pass block for them consistently. So run the ball, bro. It's not rocket science. It's really not. You see what you have to run the ball. You have to base the offense around running the ball. Whether that's extensions of the running game or actual running game. That's what you have to do, is base it around that. If you don't, and you try to go out there and throw it around 30 times when you really don't have to, them dudes are going to turn it over. You know? I don't expect Orgy to start. They don't know how to call a game for him. That's too hard. You know, so it's probably between Tuttle and Warren. If I got to pick, I'll take Warren right now. I don't want to see Tuttle again. You too old and been around too long to look that bad. Just go away. just go away. You know what I'm saying? So I guess Davis Warren, you know, hey, run that rock and try to play action pass when you can and go with it like that. You know, I would say try to coach some stuff out of him, but you can't coach. You can't coach Kirk Campbell. So I can't say that you're going to coach anything out of anyone. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it is. To me, whoever's the quarterback, for us to have a chance, they can't turn it over. A real chance. You know what I'm saying? That's what held us back against Illinois, the turnovers. Yeah, the offense was bad, but when they did get something going, turnover. You know, you can't help the defense. Even if the defense is playing well, you can't help them when you're turning it over consistently. You know what I'm saying? So that's just it right there, you know. The running backs, Mullins and Edwards, you know, you got to ride them dudes. And you have to do with the eye candy and all that stuff. I'm tired of talking about it. I mean, they did do some of it last week, but you have to consistently do this stuff. This is a job for someone that knows, with this team and what you have, this is a job for someone that knows what they're doing. You know? That's what it is. It's a job for someone who knows what they're doing. If you don't, it shows up, and it's showing up. So you know, I've seen people say, well, you can't blame Kirk Campbell for Illinois because he called some good plays and guys were open. Yeah, I can still blame him. He's the quarterback coach. I didn't want to blame him. I don't like coming on here and blaming dudes, but I'm not going give guys passes that don't deserve passes. He don't deserve no pass. He the quarterback coach. So if the quarterback can't execute, whose fault is it? The guy that's coaching him. There you go. So I can't give him no pass. Jack Tuttle had 2 weeks to practice with Kirk Campbell. He looked even worse than he did against Washington. Wow. So I can't give him a pass because he's still part of the blame. You coaching him. You coach Davis Warren. You coach Orgy. You coach Jack Tuttle. You coach Denegal. You coach Jaden Davis. They don't look good. You the coach. Kirk. So ain't no free passes for him. Only free pass he'll get is if there really ain't none, because you're the quarterback coach and you're the offensive coordinator. Only pass he gonna get is if Wink has a horrible game and the offense is scoring. So that's the only pass he gonna get, is if we lose a game 24 to 45. Then I can't blame Kirk. Then I can blame Wink. But until something like that happens, and the offense is abysmal, the play calling looks abysmal, and the quarterback can't execute, I got to blame Kirk and Sharon. That's their job. So I got to blame them. Quarterback can't execute, who coaching them? Oh, it's you. So you're coaching them. Don't point the finger at the player. You the one that's teaching them the game. Sorry. So I'm looking for Michigan to come out with some fight and some heart in this one. If they don't, it's just going to get worse. It's just going to get worse, and it's going to get worse for Sharon, these coaches. Sharon, especially, and Kirk Campbell and the rest of these coaches. I think Wink might be like, y'all ain't finna blame me. I think Wink slowly gonna getting his act together. Like, y'all ain't finna be blaming me. Nope. My resume is pretty good. So I'm gonna show y'all I ain't the worst. I ain't nearly the worst coach on this team. So let me wink like nah. Let me slow down on blitzing and put together some good games. So they can't blame me. Hey, they turned it over 3 times. I only gave up 21. They ain't did nothing. You can't blame me. So I think Wink is gonna be having the defense starting to get the mojo. Some you can, okay, the defense is playing pretty good. I can't blame you, Wink. I think that's what he's on right now, We'll see. He still might come out and get lit up, MSU did just light up Iowa, which that's very surprising. But let's hope that Wink, at least we can get that. And honestly, I want the players that came back and chose to stay at Michigan. I want I want Kenneth Grant and them boys, Quinn Johnson, Makari. I want all of them, especially the guys that contributed to a championship. I want them to do well, at least on their side of the ball. You know what I'm saying? I want them to do well. I want everybody to do well, but especially those guys that came back when they could have left and they really contributed for the championship. You know what I'm saying? So that's about what I got for this one, y'all. I honestly, I don't know what to expect. Probably good defense and abysmal offense. I don't want to expect that, but I wouldn't be surprised if that's what we get. Michigan State has a pretty good run defense. So, and they always come into playing Michigan and ready for the run, So if that's what we have to do, that's what we have to do. You have to do what you can execute. If you can't execute pass plays consistently, there's no point in calling pass plays consistently. That's football 101. Getting tired of these idiots Call plays. Yeah, our quarterback can't execute them, but still call them. And people, well, you got to have a quarterback in there that can pass. Okay, Tuttle can pass. Turnover machine. Oh, put in Davis Warren. Turnover machine. Like, come on. We got to put in the guys that can pass. You have to have a threat of the pass. Yeah, we got a threat of the pass, passing it to the other team. Give me a break. And we still got people calling for these dudes. Put in the one thing that we really can't afford is turnovers. Put those guys in. I'd rather see Denegal. I'm ready to see Denegal. I wish they would have just had a run-based read option RPO style offense the whole year for Orgy. That would have been the best bet. We all thought that's what it should be and what the offense, the best chance would be. But Bonehead thought, oh, we can be a passing offense. We're going to be balanced. What on the roster made you think that? What on the roster made you think that this was a balanced team? Whew. That's all I got for this one, y'all. Yeah, these dudes is driving me crazy. And I ain't talking about Britney Spears. If you know, you know. But that's all I got for this one. You know, I don't know what it's going to look like with these guys. You know, but it is what it is. Like, share, subscribe, and as always, go blue.
It's great to be